I want to start off by apologizing. The video that Mr. Lopez is responding to was in 60-second format. I had a lot of information I was trying to squeeze into only 60 seconds so I could understand how I could have been misunderstood. Now, the video Mr. Lopez was responding to was a video that I made in response to a guy asking how he could open up a barbershop with no capital. And admittedly, that was a really stupid question. And I understand that it's like an ignorance thing that they don't know, but I can tell by the response that Mr. Lopez had to my response that he is also ignorant. And ignorance is not a derogatory term. It just means you don't know what you don't know. Now, Mr. Lopez is an example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Look it up. It's basically where you know a little bit about something and then you overestimate your understanding of that topic. That's exactly what this is. Now, the reason I said in my original video that you cannot open up a barbershop without capital is for one main reason, and one reason alone, is that you don't know when you're going to be profitable. Now, if it's your second location and you already have your bankrolling from the first or the first few locations, that's a whole different story. But when you are opening up a shop out of nowhere for the first time, there is no telling how long it will take you to be profitable. I am a good example of that. I opened up a shop during COVID. Businesses were desperate, or landlords were desperate to get new lessees in because people were afraid the world was going to end. So I admittedly got a favorable deal because I had never owned a business, at least a retail business. And so they were willing to play ball with me when I had less than ideal circumstances. 4 years later, I just hit my fourth year back in October. So I'm on 49 months of business ownership. I've never had a late payment for anything, for my lease, for my insurance, my internet, like any of the bills that I pay. I have perfect payment history. Okay. So my business credit is superb. My personal credit is great. I have almost an 800 credit score. It's like 794, 796, something like that. So I mentioned that because I'm trying to move to a new location because my lease is coming to an end. So I'm trying to prepare for that. Now, the new landlord wants to see my assets and they want to see that I'm liquid at least $100,000 because the build out is going to cost around that amount of money. Now, the way that works is they're gonna make me pay for the build out. The build out is going to take around 90 days. It's going to take them an additional 90 days after the build out is done to reimburse me. So that means that I'm going to be paying at least $1,300 a month for up to 6 months before I can even make a profit inside that building. Okay. And then when I start to make my lease payments, that is going to be around $6,500 to $6,700 a month, not including electricity, not including internet, not including, the phone, like cable, like all the other stuff that I got to pay to be a business owner in their space. All right. So when I tell you, you cannot open up a business without any capital, it doesn't mean you literally can't do it. It means you absolutely should not do it in this industry. I don't know what it's like to be an engineer or a construction owner. I don't know those industries, and I would never pretend as if I do. But this guy thinks that because he's smart, I'm going to assume as an engineer, you're smart. He's assuming that because he's smart and because he knows his line of business, that it's transferable to mine. I'm not even an expert in this industry, but I know a lot more than the average person in this industry. And I'm telling you, there are very few circumstances where you would end up successful only using a loan to start a business, for the simple reason that you don't know how long it's going to take you to be profitable. I've only been profitable for 1 month out of 49 months. It is not as simple as opening up a business, taking out a loan, and letting the business pay the loan back. It doesn't work that way. And if it does, you're extremely lucky. And it has nothing to do with how smart you are. It's all about luck.